Hello, I am Marisha. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to join me. It is World Card Making Day, and today I'm excited to share with you two fun projects using strips of cardstock and cover plate dies. Let's go ahead and get started. To begin, I'm going to bring in scrapbook.com's Vacation Smooth cardstock, and I selected the four following colors from the pack. To cut the paper into strips, I use scrapbook.com's Slim Strips Slimline die set. However, you do have the option to use a paper trimmer to cut the strips down to size. Now I'm going to bring in a piece of cardstock, which is 4¼ by 5½ inches. And I'm also going to bring in this square die that I'm going to use as a guide for the placement of the strips. In no particular order, I'm going to position the strips on the panel. Once I'm happy with the pattern, I'm then going to adhere the strips to the panel using adhesive tape. While I'm adhering these strips to my panel, I want to stop and take a moment to welcome you to my creative diary, my channel, the Diary of Belle Rose, all of those things. I cannot express enough my gratitude that I have for each and every one of you. My channel has grown so much, especially since last year. Around this time last year, I had around 500 supporters on this channel, and for it to grow to almost 2,000, I'm so humble and grateful that you thought enough of me to be a part of my creative journey. I'm sending you all a big, warm welcome to my creative diary. And for those of you who have been supporting me since day one, I cannot thank you all enough. I noticed that once I was done adhering the strips to the panel, there was some adhesive on the top of the panel. So I brought in this eraser to remove the adhesive. Now it's time for some stamping. So I brought in one of my favorite stamp sets. This is the Slimline Floral Set from scrapbook.com. I then brought in the square die just to see what part of the image I wanted to stamp on the panel. I'm then going to ink up the stamp and then stamp the image on the panel. But guess what happened? Oh my goodness. First, I looked and I thought, okay, I need this to be a little darker. And then I closed the door to the Misty and opened it back up, and look what happened. Oh, goodness. I said, oh, wow, really? So I don't stress when it comes to crafting. I'm like, it is what it is. Okay, it's going to be one of those days. So I just created another panel and started all over again. And thank goodness that this time it worked out just fine. Have you ever had those moments? Please let me know below. Next, I'm going to secure the square die on the panel, and then I'm going to run the panel through my die cutting machine. Next, I'm going to bring in a 4¼ by 5½ inch card panel, which is 110 pounds in weight. I'm going to bring in the Hello stamp that is included in the stamp set. I'm going to position it towards the bottom of the panel, and then I'm going to stamp the sentiment. I'm now going to bring in scrapbook.com's Mosaic A2 cover plate die. And then I'm going to take the entire panel and I'm going to take a piece of mint tape and I'm going to secure the panel to the die. Then from there, I'm going to run it through my die cutting machine. And once I'm done, I'm going to remove the mint tape. And then on the back of the panel, I'm going to bring in my adhesive tape and I'm going to apply the adhesive to the back of the panel. Then from there, I'm going to bring in an A2 top folded card base. and then I'm going to position it on the back of the panel. I'm then going to burnish the card base to the panel, and then I'm going to use my pokey tool to help me remove the die, creating a textured background card front. Off camera, I cut a gold square mat and I adhered the striped panel to the gold mat. Then from there, I'm going to adhere the square panel to my card. Off camera, I decided to embellish the center of the flowers, but stay tuned because I will show you the final result. For our second card, I brought in another A2 card panel, and this time I'm going to adhere the strips of paper at an angle. So I'm going to use my adhesive tape to apply the adhesive to the panel, and then from there I'm going to apply the strips of cardstock. Once I'm done applying the strips, I'm going to cut off the excess cardstock. I'm then going to take the panel over to my Misty, and I'm going to bring back in the Hello Sentiment, and I'm going to position it at an angle on this panel. Once I'm happy with the placement, I'm going to ink up the stamp and stamp it. I think I stamped it 3 times just to ensure that I had a good impression. So my friend, please let me know in the comment section, what cards are you creating today for World Card Making Day? Now I'm going to bring in Scrapbook.com's Geo Squares A2 cover plate die. And just like the first card panel that I used to create the first card, I'm going to repeat the same step by positioning the panel on the die and then using my mint tape to secure the panel to the die. Once I run my sandwich through my die cutting machine, I'm going to adhere the panel to my card base. Now you may be wondering, Marisha, why do you leave the panel in the die? That is to keep all of the smaller pieces in place. If I would remove the panel, a lot of the pieces will pop out. Oh, I don't want the headache. So I came up with this idea to leave the panel in the die and then just adhere it to my card base. Once I'm done removing the plate, this card is complete. That's it. A super easy stripe textured card. Very easy. And here's a look at the first card that I created with the embellishments on the flowers. Let me know below what you think of these techniques. Is it something that you think you would try? They are very, very simple and easy to create. Very easy. Thank you for joining me on today. I appreciate you so much for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Click the thumbs up button and the notification bell so you never miss out on new content. Also, feel free to check out my blog at thediaryofbellerose.com. I am sending you love and a whole lot of hugs. Until the next crafty project, please take care.